Hello my crafty friends, it's Andrea from Prairie Sky Paper Crafts, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Manitoba. Today we are creating a card that is inspired by a quilting technique, actually that I really love to do. And all it's going to take is a few strips. I've cut these ones down to about 1/2 inch. I've been in a bit of a card making frenzy lately. So I've got several strips on my desk, and instead of just chucking them into my scrap bin, I'm going to make a card. So I'm just going to take a few runs of the adhesive. Now, if you wanted to, you could do each and every strip, but I'm going to take the lazy way out for this one. Now, I've got a few different colors. They're all kind of autumn inspired. I've got some basic gray, some gold, some Mary Merlot, and some Cajun Craze, as well as a couple of teeny tiny pieces of the cork paper, which I absolutely love. Now, these are a little bit longer than my sheet. The piece that I'm working with is about 4 inches wide by about 5 inches. Sorry, I had to think about what I trimmed it to. And then we're just going to get scrappy and kind of just know however you want to put your scraps. Whatever makes your heart happy works perfectly fine for this technique. Now, don't worry if it's not 100% straight on the edges, because you can always trim it down to make it exactly what you want it to be. And you do need to be a little bit careful with the cork because it is a little bit thinner and you don't want to tear it. So we'll do that, and then we'll add a strip of Cajun Craze. Oops. I think another piece of gold would go well here. I love adding just a little bit of metallic to my creations. Do some Mary. That one's not. You know what? It's fine. It's not to the edge. We'll just trim it a bit. Do the other strip of cork. And let's see. So we've got one gray. I'll add another gray at the end. All right, so there's our strips. Quick and easy. Now I'm going to clean up the edges a little. Bring in my trimmer. Oops. And I cut my piece to 4 inches. So I'm going to do this way, and then I'm just going to cut each into a 1-inch piece. Actually, or not, because it's 3 3/4. So we're going to make it a topsy-turvy quilt. So we'll do 3, 1, 1, and then we've got, what's the difference left over? 1 1/2. No, 1 3/4. So 1 3/4 divided by 2 is there we go. Oh, 7/8. Right? Hold on, let's double check that math. 1/2 of 1 3/4. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so we've got 2 1-inch pieces and 2 pieces that are 7/8. And then we're going to grab, actually we're just going to layer it on a piece of white. It's just been one of those days. Oh my goodness. Okay. 5. That's what we did. Oh my goodness. By. There we go. Okay. Either coffee hasn't kicked in or I need the restart button. And I'm just going to tidy up this edge a bit. I don't know, it's our first full week of back to school last week, and it kind of blindsided us. It was a bit of a rough week. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to take our strips and run a line of adhesive down each side. And again, it's okay if it doesn't completely cover, because we can take our strips, add some white space between it, or we can trim it down. I don't get too terribly fussy about some things when I'm crafting, because it can either be covered up with bling, or you can, whoops, fix it with your paper trimmer and just add a matte layer. Easy peasy. All right. Okay, so now we're going to take our layers and we're going to flip them. So we're going to do a narrow layer like this, right, or as close to the edge as we can. Then we're going to do a bigger layer and we're going to flip it so that what's on the top of this one is on the bottom of this one. Then we're going to take the smaller layer and we're going to do the same. Line it up. See, and then it looks like you've taken all of the time in the world and painstakingly pieced them all together, but you didn't. You took an easy way to do it. All right, this is so much faster than making a quilt. Okay, so there's our card top made. Now it's not quite the right size on the side, so I'm just going to give it a teeny tiny little trim. Yeah, I think that would be good. So just the smallest little bit. Come on. And then we're going to mat it up and finish our card. Okay. So I should keep my paper trimmer because I'm going to want, let's do a piece of basic gray. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I think I'm going to do just a small, let's try maybe a 3/4 inch strip for our sentiment. Okay. So we're going to take our base and put our adhesive onto it and then attach it to our basic gray card front. I'm going to tilt it just a bit. Oh. All right, not a big deal. This is how we're going to hide this little strip of white. I've got where did it go? I had a small little strip of basic gray. So we're going to take our sentiment. Let's do, you can do this from Forever Fern. I love the font of this one. So I'm just going to grab my block and Memento black for our ink color. Oh, shoot. Tell ya, it's been a day today. All right. There we go. Then we're just going to pop this up. We're going to cut it to size. So 5. And we're going to grab our corner rounder punch, I think, and round the 2 corners. Now you want to make sure that you're lined up in the points so that your edges do round. And for the other side, we're going to put it through, actually no, we're going to round the corners because I'm not sure how it's going to look. Oh, not quite. Try again. There we go. I'm not sure how it's going to look with the little filigreed edge. And then I'm just going to grab a couple of dimensionals. Oh my goodness. I have like 4 packs of them on my desk. Do you think that I can see any of them at the moment? You know it's going to be a day when. Okay, I just did a class video and I had them all, there we go, underneath some paper. It was a great class. We did pinwheels. It was so much fun. Okay, so then we're going to put our sentiment over where this little white edge is. Just going to hide it a bit. And then we're going to bling it up by bringing in some of the brushed metallic gems. And I'm just going to do 3 of the gold, 3 of the gold ones across, just to add a little bit of extra shimmer and shine. So there you go, a quick, more masculine looking encouragement card. If you do try it, I hope that you head over to my Facebook page and share. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you're notified every single time a brand new video goes live. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day.